Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back. I am sweating, as you can see by the lights in here. It's a very warm, humid day. But today is the day that it's going to go down. Um, I got a couple of more pieces to do. Uh, the the hood that's over there, I got to take that back down. The doors and the body of the car and the front bumper I've already been on. But let's turn this back around. As you can see, everything else is set up and ready to go. Everything. Oh yeah. One little piece that's not is the that other mirror ring. I'll show you guys though real quick because I remember I was showing you that it was damaged, and I'll show you the progress that's been made on it. You guys can kind of be the judge of my craftsmanship. It's kind of hard to do that with one hand. Hear that plenty of times on YouTube. So this is the mirror ring that was broke. That red stuff you see there is actually glazing putty to really try to smooth it out a little bit more. Yeah, that's the top side of it. Get out of there and so they can focus better. But as you guys can see, it's been repaired. The cracks in it. That this is the corner here that I pretty much had to make on my own. It's not that bad. I don't know why it's hard to focus all of a sudden with it, but yeah, and so now you guys can kind of see it. It's not that bad. I do have some, I don't know, I think that's where the primer reacted with some of the old paint that I didn't get all the way off. But other than that, we kind of hold them up to one another. Let's see, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's close enough. Gotta shape it a little bit more, but I may not. I may just leave it the heck alone. Say job well done. Just saying those defects out of it. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. So today I'm gonna go ahead and lay my high build primer down. I'll show you the brand and I'll put it in the description as well if you guys can get it local to you. It's not that cheap. It's fairly expensive, but it's good stuff. And this primer takes 3 parts, 4 parts per million. Well, I ain't gonna say that, but 4 parts of the actual primer. 1 part of this activator, 1 part of reducer. So, yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. I'm gonna try to set the camera up. Um, Maybe not on this pass, but the next pass, and then just see you guys can see it, getting sprayed on. One thing that I am proud of, I'm happy that I got finally. You can see it there. Yeah, I did this by eyesight. I know it's a little crooked. I would have put my level on it. I would have got it perfect, but whatever. But yeah, that's my desiccant filter and dryer. And it's really nice. I tested it out yesterday with my gun. It's not restricting flow or anything like that. So I'm happy I got it. That's the Harbor Freight one. I'll put that up in the description as well, so you guys can kind of take a look at it if you're curious on getting something like that for your setup. But let me go ahead and get my tripod set up, and then I'll set the camera up so you guys can kind of see me doing my thing a little bit. All right, guys. Um, got everything mixed up. Got the gun adjusted the way I want. I'll show you or talk more about gun setup and all that stuff in another episode or whatever when it's doing color or clear, something like that. But anyways, go ahead, throw this mask on real quick so you guys can kind of see me starting to shoot some primer. Alright guys, pretty much what you see me doing at the end was just clearing the gun. And pretty much what you do when you gotta clear that gun, because you know what color or whatever that you have, white, black, yellow, whatever. But anyways, you'll know the color. Just keep pouring acetone when you're done cleaning through it till you see it go clear from whatever, color. But I'm gonna stop right here. I gotta mix up some more. I ran out. I don't know if you heard me in that take or whatever, but I was saying how much I hate this freaking material because I don't know if it's the cheap. That's the one gun that I cheaped out on. Got off of Amazon, so I don't know if it's the Amazon gun that sprays like crap or what. But I cleaned this thing like there was no tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I spent one weekend cleaning all my guns, and that one was cleaned up pretty good. So it didn't spray as good as I wanted to, but I know it's just the one coat for right now. Mix it up, keep going until I get it built up to the way I want. I got a lot of runs in it. The good thing is it's high build primer. It's got to get sanded anyways. Then the other plus is moving forward, all my other guns spray way better than this thing does, and I know it. So I can't wait to get to the color and clear because it's going to be fun. All right. All right, guys. Pretty much done shooting a high build primer. Um, it never fails, man. I had problems initially, so I got a little bit more prep work cut out for me before I can lay the base, which is fine. I was gonna have to wet sand anyways. So it's just gotta fix my imperfections, and it's good that I'm at this stage. It's not like where the epoxy primer was or the base or the clear, because even if you do with the color that I got, the clear, hey, even if you mess up the pearl, then you just have to re-clear it. But the one thing is with the base color is tough because it's a light color, it's light blue, and then it's freaking metallic. So I got three things working against me when it comes to laying the base and praying to God that everything is right and no runs. Now, what happened to me is I was going off of the recommendation of the data sheet for my high build, which specs out anywhere a window for my PSI from 20 to 29 PSI, right? So I set it initially at 25, and I don't know if you guys seen it in the video, but it was spitting. It wasn't like a consistent pattern. So I thought, well, maybe I'm not good on my fluid. So I wound up turning my fluid up, and I was still having that same problem. But in turn, what wound up happening, let's see here, you can see it right there, because that was too much fluid. So that's one. And the fender, actually, this fender isn't that bad, but it's got a run in it. The trunk got one little blemish right there, and then here. But all in all, that trunk is good. This is the one that I've covered the holes, and that looks really good, man. Like, you can't even see any. And this is the other one where it needed some work as well. And this trunk, yeah, there's a blemish right there. But all in all, this trunk actually came out pretty good. And then the bumper, the rear bumper, I don't know if it's going to pick it up. Yeah, there it is right there. You see it. There's a run. But this up top is really nice, especially up by the letters and all. Say Skyline, that came out beautiful. But I got a run here, here, here. So I got runs and a run there. So I got some blemishes, like I said, to fix. Oh, and then I got the technique down. I'm gonna tell you guys how I wound up getting it the spray right by my second and third coat. This high build. That came out really beautiful. Learned the technique with that, pretty much with the gun, just not even letting off of the trigger, just moving it. Not necessarily moving the part, but just with the wrist doing that. This mirror, stupid mirror. This one is going to take some sanding, some blemishes in it, but it's all fixable. Oh, I'm happy with it the way it turned out. Like I said, and the good thing is, it's high build primer. I was gonna have to sand it anyways to get it straight. Just don't want that when I go to lay the color. Again, the clear. Hey, if I do it with the clear, I'm not gonna be devastated so much. Don't want to do it again, but if it happens, it happens. But the base coat's the main one that I don't want to do that, because if not, I gotta sand the panel or whatever I'm working on all the way down to the primer pretty much, and then paint it again. And pretty much that would suck. So I'm just praying that that doesn't happen. So what I wind up doing, what was the problem why I mentioned the air pressure at the first start of the video, is played around with the settings on the gun with air pressure, and I didn't go crazy, but I bumped it up to 30, and it started spraying smooth and even, and then I wind up eventually taking it all the way up to 32 psi at the gun. Put it at 32 psi at the gun, and it laid like glass. So knowing that that compressor that I have isn't like the industrial size compressor, for one, and it doesn't have the CFMs. It's rated at 5.1 CFM, which isn't bad. It's not terrible, but it's not what it really needs to be to spray, especially the high build primer, because that viscosity of this primer is very thick. I guess I could have showed you guys that, but I didn't. So anyways, yeah, that's very thick viscosity. So you need air pressure, you need volume to actually move this stuff through the gun. But it's fine. Moving forward, I know now, that's another thing to check when I run into that problem with it spitting. This may not be a fluid problem, but it just checked my air pressure. So just like I said, now I gotta sand this stuff, wet sand it all, let it cure, and then lay base. One other thing I want to show you guys, I was curious, and I probably could have did it with the whole car. I mean, these parts, but I didn't think about it. So afterwards, I played around with mixing a little, like tinting my high build. So you can see that's the color. It was white. Just wanted to see what would happen if I try to make it a blue high build, and it turned out to be like a Carolina blue, which is actually perfect for the color that I have. I'll show you the hood if you guys want to remember, but you can see but that came out really good. So now moving forward, the next time I do a project like this, especially on this car, and I want my primer to be close as a match, and what happened is now those are going to cover probably with just one coat, one nice even coat. That stuff will be fully covered. But here's the blue. I don't know if it's going to show really well. Get out the light. So that's the blue here. The camera's showing it'll be a little bit darker. It's not that dark. It's actually a little bit lighter. So that should work out. So that's it pretty much for this episode. Oh yeah, one other thing would wind up happening. There was a torrential downpour, and I got my compressor outside getting fresh air, and I had to stop in the middle of spraying to get a cover for it to cover my air compressor so I wouldn't electrocute myself or damage the compressor motor. I'm like, it's always something. But other than that, that's going to be pretty much it for this video. We'll pick back up again hopefully next weekend, when I can start laying the color and the clip, because after that it's on and rocking. If I don't have any hiccups, it's color, base, well, my color, my pearl coats, and then my clear coat. So next weekend hopefully we'll be able to get that done. Same time as opening weekend for football. I don't plan on being out here Sunday afternoon missing my football game, but hey, whatever. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoy the content. Thanks for checking in again, and see you guys next time. Stay positive, stay on your grind. I love you guys. Peace.